thought you could get rid of us that easy, fuckers? Not a chance. Thoughts and Friends podcast. We're back again. Wes is recording live from his living room because he fell asleep. And he's got to watch his Rams.
Yeah, I mean, the game's over now. The game's over now. Yeah, there's just a pick six. So not necessary any longer. But, I'm here now.
Week 4 is officially over. It's so it would seem. Some teams won. Some teams also lost. No teams tied. And there's some takes swirling around NFL media spaces. Wes, do you have any hot takes following Week 4 action?
It's just so disappointing that the league has had to come to, trying to kill their quarterbacks in prime time. We're sending guys out there. We're sending him out there incapacitated. Didn't know where he was.
That it was the big story. Tua was knocked out in the Thursday night game after getting what seemed to most people to be a very obvious concussion the week before. They let him go back out there. He gets slammed on his head again, and it was very scary. His hands started seizing up. It was no good.
Yeah. It was the really poor visual. Not great. Unfortunate. Already been ruled out this week. I mean, obviously they're going to wait until
he's good.
He passed, dude. Protocol. He passed.
Knew all the answers to the questions. We're gonna go with him.
Yeah,
Teddy gloves. Gonna like the gloves.
I've seen some former players saying that once you've had a concussion, you've been through it. You just know the answers to the test, and you just can get back in the game. So
seems like we could come up with a more intuitive test.
It's good to know that after a few years of the independent neurologist that we still just can jump through the hoops and just get back in the game.
Yeah, at some point people are going to find that. I would doubt. I mean, those former players are like guys that played in the 2000s where they would like, yeah, you good? All right, get the fuck back in there. David Carr was on some podcast and he said you would sit next to a wall and they would like shove your head into the wall. And like, if you like bounced right back, he would like put you back in the game. And that was like when David Carr played like the 2000s. He got drafted in like the early 2000s whenever the Texans became a team.
Seems like an odd test.
It seems like we're doctors, right? In theory, like we can't have done science. I mean, like this is pretty much how we know.
Counterintuitive. It's counterintuitive to knock his head against the wall and test.
How did we also not know? Like every time you get up and you're stumbling around and you don't know where you are, you always have a concussion. Every time, no matter what.
Yeah, every time. Correct. Every single time.
We don't interview you after and be like,
it's crazy. You can still get away with like every single angle. We have replay. We can just watch it happen. He was just couldn't tell you where he was, and he can come off and then come back to the game and be like, "No, dude, it was back. It was spinal. It was not a concussion. It was. I had a shoulder. I had a
classic loss of balance from the back injury.
Just your classic. Just got maybe a little bruised tailbone, kind of just some it was C4, it was C something, C5. It wasn't my head though at all. I promise.
It's crazy. The NFL is fucked. But here's my other thing. Like, could the NFL be better about this? Yes. Is this ever going to change? No. The coaches and the players and the guys are always going to want to play.
Be in the game.
They're going to try and get out there. It's fucked. It's like, I feel bad for Tua that it happened to him. Like, should the coach have been in his best interest and got him out of the game and never played him? Correct. Yes. All those things should have happened. At the same time, like, it's just not going to change, guys. It's football. None of the guys are playing against their will. They're going to get fucked up. They're going to get their brains scrambled. And it's sad, but it's just what it is.
And they're going to get right back in there.
Is good and also bad.
I really don't know. I really don't know what would be. Does someone have to like? Someone have to like? What would change? So what you're talking about is the culture of football. These guys are going back in the game. It's a tough guy mentality. It's a tough guy sport. They're going back in the game. Bottom line, anything they can do to get back on the field, they're going to do it. What would have to change that culture? Someone have to die on the field? Like what has to change for people to be like, I'm fucked up. I can't play. Like, is it ever going to change?
Guaranteed money on contracts probably would go a long way, I would imagine. I don't know if that's always the motivator. I would imagine in 7 out of 10 cases, guys are playing hurt because they might not get another check if they don't. So I think that is the big, like, if you want to peel back all these onions to why the NFL is fucked up, the way guys get paid, not that they don't get paid enough, but the nature of the sport's very just like, we're going to cut our losses if anything bad happens to you. We're going to
Yeah.
not really assume any of that risk, which is kind of fucked up and not really the way you pay people. And it's more
Yeah.
nuanced than that, obviously, but it's a little gross.
Yeah. Yeah. The salary cap gymnastics and all the bullshit is yeah, it's wild, especially in a sport like that where things change in an absolute instant. Yeah. Guys get hurt, they're going to go back in the game. It's never going to change.
Yeah,
Never.
even if someone dies, like, what do we do? I mean, I think we could have handled this a lot better. I don't want to act like anyone handled this situation well at all. It
No,
seems to
no.
me like the NFL. I mean, the NFL has to have someone. That's the whole deal, right? The NFL has someone in house that's reviewing these
Every
things,
single
or it's a
team. Yeah, and the guy got fired because they just blamed him. They said that he didn't do his job. I don't know. So I don't know. You got to protect the players from themselves because they're going back in the game.
yeah. I, in my opinion, I think from a company perspective, the NFL, I don't know. This is like this seems like this specific guy, this specific situation, because we're not getting these really that I'm noticing. We're not getting a ton of guys that are coming back in with obvious concussions anymore. That seems like we are kind of past that now. Ever since
It's gotten better,
there
definitely.
was the Case Keenum one was the bad one. I think that was the one that like spurred even having this. He was like
Maybe.
literally knocked unconscious on the field and came back in. I think he was playing for the
Yeah.
St. Louis Rams, maybe. I could be
Oh,
wrong
maybe.
about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, possibly. That kind of rings a bell now that you say
Yeah, I
St. Louis
believe
Rams.
like his eyes were like rolled back in his head, and he went back in. And he took another snap, and then they're like, "Yeah, we're probably not gonna have this." And then,
Yeah.
honestly, did Will Smith save the NFL with that movie? So,
Tell the truth.
tell the truth, I've never seen that movie. We should
Me either.
absolutely watch it and talk
That's
about it on
the
this
only
podcast.
that's the only line I know from the movie.
You could tell me that was never a real movie and it was just like a weird anti-NFL ad campaign and they never made the movie, and I would probably believe you.
I also don't know if it's an amazing movie or if it's like the worst movie of all time. No clue. If it's any good, no idea.
I would lean that it sucks if I had to guess. I mean, I wouldn't say Will Smith's accent in those trailers is good
Yeah.
necessarily.
Yeah. Yeah. Feels like he might have missed the mark on that. But hey,
Yeah.
what do I know? I don't know shit.
All right, week 4. Then we get a cheeky old London game, first of the year, Vikings at Saints. Here was a brain conundrum that I had. Does
Okay.
this count as primetime Kirk Cousins? Is it Kirk Cousins' island game, Kirk Cousins, or is it specifically bright lights that fucks him up?
I
Based on his
I
performance, he seemed fine, not great,
I
but
do
not shit
consider
down your leg like he did against
hmm,
Philly, whatever that was 2 weeks ago.
yeah, that's interesting. Because it's definitely an island game.
Bigger
Uh
stage than a regular 12 p.m. slate game.
yeah, but it's so early.
You're playing
I
the
don't think this
Saints.
counts.
None of the fans give a fuck.
I don't think this counts as on his prime time record, but it is an island game. So maybe we have separate stats here for Kirk.
Who do we
Maybe
think is the all-time winningest London NFL quarterback of all time?
ooh, I was gonna say the
Who's
first
played
thing
more
that
than
came to my
once?
mind. The Jags
Bortles?
play there every year.
Yeah, they probably lose though, right?
Yeah, but they've lost a lot of games. I think the Giants play are a lot of the East Coast teams. I don't know. The Jags play there every season. I think.
Interesting.
I'll go with the Jags.
I'll effort that.
But
Jamie, pull that shit up.
yeah.
I mean, nothing to say about this game. It's terrible. It was awful.
Oh, I didn't even watch the second half. It was
It was a
terrible.
despicable game.
Not interested.
A lot of these games really were kind of snooze fest, to be honest with you. There were some fun ones. Seahawks Lions was fun. Not one I
Very
had on
fun.
my calendar going
It's a
into the
big,
season. Not one I
it's
had
a
circled.
Big 12 game.
This Lions, I don't want to say we hit the nail on the head with this Lions prediction. This offense is fun. This defense is one of the worst you'll ever see in professional football.
Yeah, it is true. They give up 48 to the Seahawks at
Yeah,
home.
Geno Smith and the boys.
Yeah,
Not good. Not good at all. Ugh, boy. Yeah,
my Eagles are undefeated.
they are. They are. They looked the least impressive, I guess, they have all season, which is like, not saying they look bad because they've looked incredible the rest of the season, but showed a little bit of weakness, a little hiccup, but the championship medal to not
Bit of a weird game.
give up, not blow your wad and kind of sulk. They came back, showed some moxie.
Yeah,
Jags. I think the Jags are legit, and I think I'm ready to say like, okay, Trevor Lawrence, I'm listening now.
yeah, I think they're going to win that division.
Yeah, because the Titans and the Colts played, but not great.
No.
Matt Ryan's bad, guys. We thought maybe he had some stuff left that he could, be a good,
No.
solid, winning quarterback. No.
I don't know how many years the Colts have to cycle through dusty ass old quarterbacks, but just keep trying it, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, no, he's totally dead. He's dust. Yeah, they're going nowhere really fast. Now Jonathan Taylor's injured. I think he's going to be okay, but that'll bother him for 2 months. They're going to be bad. I not optimistic. They did just beat the Chiefs, which was weird.
Yeah, that was a strange game. We did not talk about that one. We were MIA that week, but yeah, the Chiefs. That was again a bizarre game. Some weird turnover stuff. Mahomes just has like 2 of these games a year where he's just kind of forcing it, just not seeing what he thinks he's seeing, making some bad reads, and you just got to live with that with Pat because then you see what we saw Sunday night. Before we talk about that, any of these other games, the Bears, what a
Why do the
fucking joke
Bears?
that
Why do
offense
the
is.
Bears play games that only end like 22-8 and like 19-3? And
Yeah, Scorigami. They play good, hard nosed football. The most inept offense. Yeah, maybe it wasn't Matt Nagy. I don't know what it is. This shit is hard to fucking watch. They
what
are.
is it? What is it with Chicago? It's just like cursed. They just always suck at
Yeah,
offense.
I don't
Always.
know. You would think at some point we'd have a coach that could remedy to this. I will say this O line is bad. The pass catchers are bad. Their starting running back is injured. Not a lot to work with there, but God, is it uninspiring.
Yeah.
I am worried about Fields. I understand that the situation is a big factor, but historically, when you look at guys that are like elite quarterbacks, regardless, at least by now, they've shown like some serious flashes, and he has shown literally nothing in the NFL.
I would say it is pretty safe at this point to assume that he is not like a top 10 or 12 level quarterback.
Like he's
He
probably not a
could,
franchise quarterback. That's just probably about there. I guess it depends. What's your definition of franchise quarterback? I don't know. I would say those guys would be my definition. What you said, top 12 quarterback is a franchise quarterback to me.
Kirk Cousins isn't in the top 12, but he's like
yeah,
extension, like Carr. Like I think he could be like in that area, like or on the fringes of that, maybe. But yeah, he's not. I don't think he has like top 10 level play in him. I don't know.
No, he seems
Sad.
incredibly inaccurate. Doesn't seem to process the defense at the speed that he needs to. They could probably do a lot more designed runs for him, although I don't know that's going to really help him. I think they're trying to develop him and not just win all these games because they know they fucking suck.
Yeah, it would help the offense probably, but like
at what we're still not going to win probably.
Long term, you need Fields to be good, and it's so weird. Like he just made so many good throws and was so good in college. It's so weird how sometimes it just doesn't. I don't know. I think that this coach they hired was just as far from what he needed as possible. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. I wish they would have
Yeah.
hired like a Kevin O'Connell type guy, someone that has a really dynamic offensive system. But at the same time, they don't have any weapons to put in that system and utilize what that would bring. It's probably just not going to work out. I think it could have for Fields. It's probably not going to. I think there was, in the right scenario, a chance that it could have worked, but I don't know. Maybe he'll get a second chance. He was drafted high enough.
Yeah,
I don't know.
there's also that stat that like anytime a first round quarterback goes to a second team, it almost just never works out.
Yeah,
There's
I mean,
some like thing where it's like you just never a reliable like high level starting quarterback if
no,
you
these
don't
teams
make it with your
know.
first team.
They know. I mean, they're not letting these guys go. They know. They're not letting a quarterback go that they think has any prayer of being a top level talent. He's just if these guys get let go, it's over. Like
Mm-hmm. Or even if they get traded, like even like Baker in this situation, like even that doesn't happen. But
no, and you're not
because you
you're
don't
not
trade those
you
guys if
don't
they're
trade
actually that
guys
guy
that
in the
have any
first place.
glimmer of any sort of. It's just never happening. Yeah, I probably not going to work. This is year 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get 5.
I mean, if by the end of this year we've seen nothing, then I'm ready to Sharpie that in that he is not a top 10 level starting quarterback in the NFL, which is a high bar.
Yeah, it's pretty safe. It is a very high bar. I think he still has
But
a
that's what I
chance to be
expect of him.
like. I still think he has a chance to be on the fringes of that. Maybe I'll give him until next year to maybe be like a middle of the road, like serviceable, can win with him type guy. But yeah, right now it looks really, really bad.
What are the chances that Justin Fields is a Carson Wentz caliber NFL quarterback?
At this point, like pretty good.
No, I'm saying will he even be that good? Would be my
Oh
assumption.
yeah, I
Like,
think he could be. Yeah,
okay, so
like
you're
somewhere in there.
down
Like
on him, but not like non-starter down on him.
yeah, well yeah. I mean, it's possible for sure. Possible. He's not shown much at all,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I think he'll probably fall in that range, like 20th best quarterback in the league, 22nd best quarterback in the league. I don't know, somewhere in there. I don't know. It's been bad though.
Yeah, best case scenario, I think he has a Ryan Tannehill style resurgence, and people are like, "Oh, he's pretty good," and we're like, "No, not that good.
Probably can't win with him still.
He's fine. If we get a bunch of good receivers and the best running back in the NFL, he looks great."
Yeah.
But what can you do? Speaking of flashes, Zach Wilson. What do you think about Zach Wilson?
You love Zach Wilson. I'll let
Yeah,
you go. You love Zach. You
I mean,
can't wait to do anything but shit on this guy. He
yeah.
plays receiver too.
No, I can't. I certainly like what I've seen from him a lot more than what I've seen from Justin Fields. I'll say that.
100%.
He looks good, man. Like most of my dislike of him was purely based on his personality and his overall vibe, which I still stand by most of that. I haven't had much to disprove. Shocking development. His gritty on his touchdown celebration, surprisingly good. Surprisingly
I
good.
didn't see it. I'll have to look at
It
that.
was,
Okay.
it got pretty sturdy. The rhythm was pretty good. It was
All
not
right.
bad at all.
If there's one
Uh,
way to earn some respect in the locker room, it's to hit a high quality gritty after the touchdown. I love that.
Yeah. As someone
Good for him.
if we were going to stack up who's the whitest guy in the NFL, Zach Wilson would be very, very high in those power rankings. So it would be, not expected for him to really be getting down, getting dirty on the gritty.
Who is the whitest guy in the NFL outside of like linemen or, like probably Daniel Jones? He seems like the whitest guy in the
Yeah. I
NFL.
mean, every kicker.
Sure, kickers and those like linemen don't count. Like,
Well, that takes out about every defensive player in the NFL then. Leighton Vander Esch, he's pretty white, like hunts
yeah,
wolves and shit. That is some
yeah,
serious white guy
yeah,
activity. Yeah,
for
Carson
sure.
Wentz also same
Wins.
reasoning.
Matt Ryan is
Oh,
white,
dude.
so white,
Yeah,
painfully
he'll
white.
slug down an IPA for sure.
Yeah, and yeah, a real tucked in a button down shirt, short sleeve button down shirt, tucked into jeans type of guy.
And
Just
spoiler in a shocking development, Russell Wilson probably pretty high on that list.
yeah, Wouldn't be.
He's only
Yeah.
half. I don't even know if he's half. It'll
I have no idea.
at least half, at least a quarter. I don't know. A little white.
Let's ride. Yeah.
Yeah. Broncos country. Let's ride.
For as close as the game was, the final score was 23-20. The Baltimore-Buffalo game kind of sucked. I don't know. I just wasn't.
Oh, it was
Kinda ugly.
sloppy. A lot of
Kinda ugly.
turnovers. I
Yeah.
had high expectations, but yeah, just a weird game. Lamar threw some not so great picks. Josh Allen
Yeah.
turned it
Talk
over
about your
some.
king. Talk about your king. Pressure turned up against a good team at home. Shit the bed.
Yeah, I mean, he's all right. Yeah, I mean, he certainly didn't play well. Yeah, 144, 2 picks. Not ideal.
No.
Josh Allen probably played worse, if we're being totally honest, between the two of them. Josh Allen was pretty shit.
Oh, I mean, he scored all the touchdowns, didn't he?
Yeah. I don't know.
I know he threw an interception on the first drive.
70 yards on the ground. Just not very efficient throwing the ball. A lot of incompletions. That's not necessarily the end all be all. You got to assess a little bit of risk. If you're check down Charlie, that's not going to get you anywhere.
Why don't you just say Lamar sucks and stop?
He doesn't suck, dude. He's good. He's not top 5. He's top 10. He's 5 to 10. He's firmly in there. And don't be surprised if he wins a fucking MVP this year again. It's not out of the question.
No, not out of the question. Definitely not. Not playing like that in big games, though.
Yeah. Look, that's the thing. He's never going to be better than Josh Allen. He's never going to be better than Patrick Mahomes, Rodgers, Brady. He's never going to be better than any of those guys. The rest of them, I'll take him over most of them. I'm looking at all these other teams. They'd be tickled pink to have Lamar Jackson as their quarterback. All of them. I mean,
Rest of career, Lamar or Justin Herbert?
Oh, Justin Herbert.
Lamar or Joe Burrow?
How old is Lamar? Like the same age, probably, right?
Burrow was old.
Burrow was like 23 when he was a rookie. I think Lamar might be like 23 now.
No, he's older than that, for fuck's sake. He's due an extension. He's been in the league
25.
This is his 5th year.
25. So they probably are.
That doesn't really matter, though, right now. They're close enough to where that doesn't matter.
Yeah. Precisely. That's my point. Burrow. Because
interesting.
With this thought exercise, with Lamar's style, once his speed goes, it's not going to be as valuable. But right now, he's got the speed, so it's valuable. So for
next
this
5 years,
probably still Burrow, because also
so it doesn't fucking matter then.
No, because also to that same point, he's more likely to get injured, theoretically.
I guess he hasn't been injured yet. Burrow has. He has the worst offensive line.
True. That's true.
There's some folks on the internet. Me and my folks on the internet. There's a very strong argument that running quarterbacks get hurt less because they're able to escape pressure, and statue quarterbacks just sit there and take fucking take blind shots to.
Yeah, you gotta get your knees rolled up on and shit, and stuff like that. No, that's not a terrible argument. And the thing about Lamar that's the difference between him and like Josh Allen, he never gets hit hard. He's so elusive that he just never gets hit hard ever. I mean, guys, I hate to be this guy, and I hate to be the guy that's going to shit on all the fun and spit on the parade. If they keep running Josh Allen this much, he's going to get injured, and we're going to be like, oh, remember Josh Allen? I wonder what he would have been like if he hadn't gotten hurt. Because it's the same deal with Cam Newton. We were doing this with Cam Newton, and we're like, dude, he's so big, so strong. He'll never get injured. He's such a big body. But when you take 500 fucking hits, no matter how big you are, it just wears on you. You're going to have shoulders and knees, and shit's going to go wrong. You're just going to have wear and tear and break down over time. I don't care if you're the Rock or the fucking Hulk. It's just too many hits. And there's so many unnecessary design quarterback runs that are pointless. We don't need them.
Man,
should Josh Allen stop running the ball? No, but we should stop running QB power for 3 yards with Josh Allen. That is the dumbest shit imaginable.
Man, I had not considered the Cam comparison.
It's very comparable. A lot
of forget how sick he was early in his career.
He won the MVP of the goddamn league. We were crowning him.
They went 15-1.
He was fucking incredible. And then the guy who were like, he's such a big body, he'll never get hurt, he'll never wear down. He got hurt and he wore down. You just
Yeah, he
can't
did.
sustain that. I think
His
Josh
rookie year,
Allen is
didn't he run for like 1,000 yards his rookie year or some shit? He
that
scored like
sounds right. He was incredible. I don't know if we'll ever do this. Greatest college football players we've ever watched. I would be
he's
hard
up there.
pressed to
He's up
not have
there.
him number one. That season at Auburn is
That team was not that good.
No, and he went into Alabama, or maybe it was at Auburn, but he went into Alabama, was down like 3 touchdowns at halftime, came back and beat their ass. He is firm breed,
and he was incredibly good for a period of time in the NFL too.
Won an MVP.
Yeah,
very good.
Huh? Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he'll fade into like remember what happened or remember Josh Allen, what happened to him. I don't know
if the play calling continues like this, he's just gonna get hurt. There's just no scenario where he doesn't get hurt. It's silly. Like, obviously his legs are a big advantage. I'm not saying he shouldn't like scramble, and you can draw some up a little while, but like Josh Allen shouldn't be our short yardage back. That is a bad idea.
The guy is an absolute fucking moose. I mean,
Is
just a nightmare to get to the ground.
He's a horse. I'm not saying it's not effective, but we got to think 10 years down the road and not think this year. If we get to the Super Bowl and we need it, and that's the play, but like week 3 against the fucking Colts, just hand it to Zach Moss. I promise you the result's going to be about the exact same.
Wow, I didn't expect you to poo-poo.
I love Josh Allen. This is the most pro Josh Allen. This is like, please don't let Josh Allen get hurt because I love watching him play football so goddamn much. I'll be so sad if he gets fucking hurt.
Josh Allen or Lamar rest of career is what it comes down to.
Josh Allen. Josh Allen's.
Are you sure? You said he's getting hurt. You got to factor in a year being hurt.
Yeah, he's just. I'll take 3 healthy years of him over 5 of Lamar. I mean, Josh Allen's. Other than Mahomes, I take him over everybody. Like, obviously, he's a different beast.
Okay. Yeah, there's really no. Those are the only two. Those are the only two that are in like that conversation with Lamar that is really interesting. Everyone else is not.
Yeah, I mean, Hurts is moving up that list, I guess. I mean, I'm not even close to being there on him, but if he continues on this pace the rest of the year, I would still take Lamar, but he'd be in the top 10 probably. Who would have thought? We are eating some crow on this Jalen Hurts opinion. Neither of us have ever been high on him.
Playing pretty. I mean, you just don't. This has been a Josh Allen level of improvement. I mean, it just doesn't happen. You just don't get to this point in your career and make these improvements with your accuracy, with your play at quarterback. It just does. When you get to this point in your career, you just are who you are. And there's been 2 players, Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts, that have been outliers in that, and he's been very good.
Yeah, maybe we'll see more of that. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah.
Not sure. Or maybe the windows are bigger in the NFL now than they were because it's so spread out. I don't know. I'm not the guy to be analyzing why that is. No, I don't know.
Same. But yeah, kind of a shitty game either way. I hate watching the Cardinals and Panthers play. It was a nightmare.
I will say this: the Panthers are having an unbelievable tank season. They're hanging close, right in all these games, choking at the last second. Fucking kick
going into
Baker Mayfield into the fucking ocean. Let's get Bryce Young or CJ Stroud, and we'll get cooking.
Yeah, going into next year, be like, God, look at all these 1-score games we lost. Look how we're right there. Right there.
I mean, we're both big Panthers guys. I will say we get a franchise caliber quarterback in there. And CMC stays healthy. We're cooking with gas, baby.
Yeah. I can't wait for DJ Moore to get a nice quarterback in there. That could be fun. I've been 5 years coming on DJ Moore here.
I think I saw something that he like requested a trade, or they may trade him somewhere.
They should. They should.
Yeah.
For having allegedly the best defense in the league, Patrick Mahomes shredded the fuck out of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last night.
Yeah.
That was wild.
Guys, let's all hold our horses, pull the reins back. Pat Mahomes is still the best motherfucker doing this shit. I don't know.
Are people saying that?
I don't know if y'all forgot. I mean, last year people were absolutely saying that. There was a point in time where I was saying that for about like 3 weeks.
I've never in the past like 3 years thought that he was not the best quarterback in the league at any time. At
Sure.
any time.
I mean, I would imagine some people
They
now
had
would
some bad
take
they had
Josh
some bad
Allen.
stretches. Well, they'd be wrong.
Yeah, I agree. The accuracy, like the thing that I don't think people realize in Mahomes is that accuracy combined with the arm strength. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is the only guy comparable I've ever seen that has the same sort of repertoire with that. Like Josh Allen is accurate and has probably the strongest arm in the NFL, but the touch that Mahomes has and his ability to create plays where there are none is unlike anything I've ever seen.
I would also like to say, I was gonna say that it's not close, but it's probably close with a few guys, maybe Shanahan. Andy Reid is the best play caller in the NFL,
Mm-hmm.
maybe by a lot. The
Mm-hmm.
creativity and the plays that he designs and the ability to call those at the right time is unlike anything I've ever seen in the NFL. The guy is unbelievable in the red zone, what they're able to draw up. I mean, Mahomes would have probably been good anyway, but the fact that he landed with Andy Reid and was able to play in the system, I mean, just chef's kiss. You love to see it when a talent is able to find a because it is people underestimate how hard it is to call plays. I really do think that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would imagine I would have the tendency to run the
Oh
same
yeah,
like
sorry.
5 or 6 things over and over and over again, and not like all these guys are like, oh, I can't believe you just run the same system. They will never change. I absolutely understand it, but that's what gets you fired. I loved I don't know what you call it, the fake look like you're audibling. The tight end came under center and snuck it. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, they use him a lot. I can't think of his name. The backup tight end. They use him on direct snaps a decent amount.
Ooh, here's something that I thought of. Random football thought. Question for you. Whenever teams run up in Wildcat, why do you even have the quarterback out there at all? You know what I'm saying? The
Oh,
quarterback always splits out wide.
you mean
Why
like as a
why is he even out there? And
dude
he just
as a
stands there.
decoy? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I guess you do it so in the huddle they see your personnel and then you line up in something different. If you go to the huddle without a quarterback, they just already know.
I would guess
That's
so.
probably
I
the
don't.
reason. I guess I answered myself. But it's always so silly to see like Daniel Jones standing out there wide, gets in a stance, and then just stands there.
I also think it's silly that they like cover him.
Yeah, I mean, if you just leave him completely uncovered, like you can just throw it to him, I guess. But
Yeah, yeah, but just like yeah, it's
like having a corner like man up over top of him, like we can just have a safety kind of in the general area over there, probably.
yeah, yeah. I would say
But there's a reason I'm not coaching the NFL anymore. They fired me back in 07.
yeah,
Kind of political bullshit, but
yeah.
I had
Certainly
the
wasn't.
Chargers cooking. Sean
You
Merriman,
did.
I
You
made
did.
that guy.
Lights out.
Lights out indeed. Yeah, these games all kind of fucking sucked. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little tuned out. I was not very entertained until we got to the second coming of Tom Brady, Bailey Zappi, from 6th round pick to NFL Hall of Famer. Zappy, are you getting zapped?
The Patriots they have a path that they like to take their quarterbacks
People
on.
thought Mac Jones. No, no, no. Mac Jones is Drew Bledsoe. Bailey
Correct.
Zappi is your guy.
Yeah.
I don't think he's
More
their guy.
speaking of white, more white duo, Bledsoe and Brady, or Mac Jones and Bailey Zappi.
I don't know. That's pretty close. I think if you had to clock the slowest cumulative 40 time between a starting and backup quarterback, that duo may take the cake. Although back in that
Yeah.
era, you had a lot of pretty stiff QBs. Bledsoe and Brady, that is a pretty stiff duo there. Not a lot
Yeah.
of giddy up and go.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say so. Agree. Not a lot of combined 40 time. Yeah. I mean, Tom Brady runs like a 5.8 40.
I don't know what he was running when he played the Drew Bledsoe. That was literally like 25 years ago at this point.
That's
Um,
true.
Oh, that is wild. They were talking about that, and I think I just kind of forget about it and realize it every time that he has to sit in there and like talk to 20-year-olds. What
He's
do you talk
45.
about?
I don't
He's
know.
got to. I would imagine I would feel so lonely if I was Tom Brady still playing in the NFL. Does that make any sense? Like you're older than the coaches, and like all
Yeah.
your coworkers are like 15 years younger than you.
Yeah,
Maybe it
and
doesn't
I bet
matter,
there's a
but
weird. It's probably
and
is he?
everyone on the team is probably a little bit scared of you.
Yeah, everyone has this weird. Yeah, he has this weird aura about him. It's just like a. It feels like. Uh, it's like he's a. I'm just trying to think of a. It would be hard to get super. It feels like it would be hard to get real comfortable around or just be yourself. It feels like you always have like a weird guard up. I
Yeah, he is. You know, all NFL players are all famous to an extent, and he is in a rock star actor caliber of fame that almost no other NFL players are in.
and
And
it's yeah.
it's like if you're he understands this because he lives this, but every friend is like, are you friends with me because I'm Tom Brady, or do you actually like me? And at the same time, every player on the team is probably like, this motherfucker could probably get me cut for no reason
That's what
tomorrow.
I'm saying. Yeah, you have to just have this weird guard up. I don't know.
And
Uh,
you like I don't remember who they were talking about. It was some NFL players did some podcast. I think it was someone that played with Brady either in New England or Tampa. And they're just talking about like they're like weeks leading. They're like, what am I going to say to Tom if I ever see him? What will I say? What will I say? What will I say? He'll say something to him, and he'll be like, yeah, sure. And they're like, oh, fuck, all right, I think that went pretty well. But that's every
yeah,
interaction you have with him is like, oh, I hope Tom likes me.
yeah. I'm trying to think of something. It's rare to have a current player be the undisputed greatest at something while they're still playing.
Yeah, it'd be
Like
like
he's
playing
the
with
greatest.
LeBron. It'd be pretty similar. That's like the only comp, really.
I mean, no,
There-
it's. I mean, like many people think Jordan is the greatest of all time.
but
I think
LeBron's like in that tier of
he's in that like
like
level. Yeah,
he walks on hallowed ground every step he takes. Is like Jesus Christ, that's LeBron fucking James.
yeah,
He's
and
not necessarily the GOAT, but he's that caliber of famous.
yeah, yeah,
And if we're being honest, most of the guys that are in the NBA today probably think he's the best. So
yeah. I do.
yeah.
That's a story for another pod, though.
All right, right now, impromptu, MJ versus LeBron. How much time you got? Let's get it going. Yeah, nothing else. Okay, Chiefs Bucks. Bucks defense didn't look great. I'm not
Yikes.
super worried. I think every year of my life, all these great teams have like a hiccup, 2 or 3 hiccups early in the season. They get it figured out. I am not going to count out Tom Brady. I'm not going to count out the Buccaneers
Same.
defense. I think I am even more bullish that the Chiefs are probably the favorite to win the Super Bowl at this point. If I was a handicapping man, and yeah, this offense is elite. They control the middle of the field. The run game looks about as good as it ever has with Mahomes. Looks very solid. It seems like they're filling in the Tyreek Hill gap pretty well. They would obviously love to have him, but if we have Travis Kelce like controlling as much attention, we can kind of fill in the other guys with guys that we can get open with scheme rather than talent.
Yeah. Not overly concerned about Tampa. It was weird. There was just no resistance at all.
It
And to
was
that point,
strange.
they'd kind of dominated most of the teams they played at home. It was a weird on prime time. I don't know, weird egg to lay.
That's the weird
Uh,
thing with football that I'll never really probably grasp or understand. There's just certain matchups sometimes where a coach will just know a certain thing. We have this one adjustment and we know what you want to do, and it will completely fuck up your entire day. And you'll watch the film. Next time they'll play, they'll probably realize what they fucked up. They'll stop doing that. It'll be a close game, probably. That's just kind of
yeah,
how these things work. We see it in like the Super Bowls all the time. Like for example, when the Chiefs played Tampa Bay, they had an adjustment. They dropped everyone back. They rushed the passer, and that's a pretty idiot way of describing what they did. But they just had a game plan and made the Chiefs look like They didn't belong on the
Yeah,
same
kind of
field as
like
them.
I don't have a ton to say on that game anymore. Kind of like the Monday Night Football game we just watched. Kyle Shanahan owns Sean McVay. He taught him not everything he knows, but he's from his coaching tree. He was an assistant under him. Runs a very similar scheme, very very similar style of coach. They've beat him once or for sure in the regular season. Once, maybe twice, and then last year in the playoffs. But Shanahan has owned him thus far. Can't figure it out. Don't know. Home or away, doesn't matter. Just don't have a real great answer. Yeah, I
Got
don't
them when
know.
it
There's just
counted last year, though.
weird matchups like that. Yeah, I think they lost both regular season matchups, and then were losing in the fourth quarter and came back in that playoff game. But yeah, weird. I always, when you think of these type of things, I always think of when the Seahawks were really good. The St. Louis Rams always played them really tight
Mm-hmm.
for whatever reason. Every
Yeah.
home or away, didn't matter. They would always play them tight. Yeah, it just seems like that. I don't know. Don't know.
How worried are you about the Rams at this current state? Like,
Or I
how
mean, they're not.
worried are you
They're
that they
not.
will miss the playoffs?
Mm, Mildly worried. The NFC is not that good. It's pretty top heavy. Not Mildly worried. They're not winning the Super Bowl.
No, it would be a colossal upset at this point. I mean, here we go. Quick impromptu NFL power rankings heading into week 5. What do you say? You
All
ready?
right, let's do it. Yeah.
Okay. Number 1, do we both say Kansas City? I would say my vote would be Kansas
Yeah.
City.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
fine with that.
Kansas City. 2, Philly, probably, right? Philly got to be 2 at this point.
They don't have to be, but they will be for this exercise. We'll put the Bills 3.
But the the Phillies look better. The Bills have looked bad a couple weeks. What is that weird thing? And there's that stat that they bring up every Bills game where it's like they've won 20 straight games, all of them by 10 points, and every close game they've played in the last 2 years, they've lost every single one. They didn't
Yeah.
this week, but that is so
Remember when they
bizarre.
lost like 9-6 to Jacksonville last year or some shit? That was weird.
Again, we just have weeks where there's
Just
something goes wrong. There's a
didn't
cog
show
in the
up.
wheel that just the clock doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, Bills 3. 4, this is where there's a few more teams to be had. I mean, Green Bay would be in the discussion probably. Miami, now that they don't have Tua, I definitely don't think they're the 4th best team. Oh, man, the Chargers, they haven't been super impressive. I mean,
No. Pass.
Baltimore, Tampa,
Out. I
the
mean, I think you have to
Rams.
start with. I think you have to start thinking about Tampa. I think Green Bay. Definitely not the Rams. I think both those teams are better. I don't have a
Man,
standings or anything in front of me.
I'll say we kind of talked all this shit that the Packers offense was going to be fine. Maybe it's not going to be fine. It's a little bit sputtering.
Some of the younger guys are coming along.
Yeah, it
Dobbs or
seems like
whatever the fuck he's going by has played a bunch more snaps. Watson has been back. Not Deshaun. Christian Watson has been back. He looked okay. They ran some like wide receiver like little touch passes and screens to him. Yeah, we'll see. It has been great early on, but I didn't expect it to be firing on
yeah,
all cylinders early. But I've liked what I've seen from Dobbs. I don't know.
yeah. I mean, how many just point blank good teams even are there in the NFL? Like the Dolphins and Bengals, I would say they're both good teams, even with Teddy. I mean, if we're being
Yeah.
honest, Teddy and Tua is not that big a gap. If we're being
Tua
totally honest,
was playing pretty well, but yeah, it's not as big as gap as people would have
no,
you
even
believe.
he was playing well, and even that was like he looks good. He's not doing anything that is blowing my dick off. He's still underthrowing
Yeah.
deep balls and hitting Jalen Waddle with no one within 25 yards of him. But
I would say those are both good, not great teams. I think you
I
still
would
have to
agree.
call I think the Rams and Niners are both good.
They're ahead of they're ahead of the Bengals and Dolphins for you. The Rams and Niners both are. Speaking of offenses that did not
Yeah,
look great, the Rams' offenses looked pretty bad. Cooper Kupp gets his numbers, but
man.
goddamn, they seem to really struggle to move the ball.
If they
Stafford
don't,
seems very inaccurate
he
from what
does.
I've watched.
He does. Maybe the elbow is more than people wanted it to be. I don't know. If they don't pick up the phone and call Odell Beckham and get him in town
What the
pronto,
fuck is he doing?
I don't know.
What's he up to? He's just
He's still.
chilling,
He.
just
I think
hanging
he's
out.
still rehabbing. I mean, he got hurt in February, so
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I
it's
mean, I think. Yeah, the Dolphins and Niners are like kind of the same team to me. I really like both their defenses, and they have good weapons on offense with bad quarterbacks. Um, the Bengals have very good playmakers, a very good quarterback, and still it seems like the worst offensive line in the NFL. And the defense is
yeah.
average to okay. Um,
Would you still call the Vikings good? Can we call them good?
No, I mean, no. I mean, if Kirk Cousins is their quarterback, they're going to be okay. And
Okay.
that's just where they
We
are.
the injury riddled Chargers. Are we still calling them good?
I mean, I don't know how many times in my life I'm just going to say, "Oh, on paper, the Chargers, they got it." I don't know,
Yeah.
guys.
Lucy's gonna
Uh,
pull that football.
yeah, it's already happening. Everyone's hurt. The whole team is got
Yeah.
hamstrings and ankles and
How does it
knees
always happen?
and
I don't get it. It always happens. I think Buffalo and Baltimore are both good,
yes.
with one being better than the other, I would say, by
Yes.
a pretty clear margin. Um, I think we can still call Green Bay good. I think I'm fine with
Yes.
that. Kansas City, Tampa Bay, both good. So maybe we have like 7 or 8, 6, 7 good teams. I don't know.
Okay, I think this is what I would do. I think I would say Chiefs, Eagles, Bills, Tampa, Green Bay. Probably. Oh gosh, Ravens, Chargers. How many teams is that even? Like 7, 8?
Like 6, 7, yeah.
Then I would say there's a tier break.
Yeah, I think
I'll
there's a pretty
probably
yeah.
still give the Rams the benefit of the doubt. Then the Niners, then the
Yeah,
Bengals, then the Dolphins.
the Rams have major offensive line issues. They have major guys can't get open other than Cooper Cup issues. Allen Robinson, you know,
Dust. Dust.
dust. He
Maybe it wasn't Mitch's fault, guys. Maybe it wasn't Matt
maybe
Nagy's fault. Maybe he fucking stinks.
yeah. People
Maybe they're not throwing it
myself
to him because he's
included.
not fucking open.
People myself included are still chasing that rookie year in Jacksonville. It was nice. It was fun. He's not 22 anymore.
It's over.
He's had a knee injury. He just ain't there. He's reaching back
Nope.
for the fastball and there's just nothing coming back with it.
No,
Sad.
I can't. No, I can't remember the last time I saw him win against his matchup on a route. It just doesn't happen ever.
No. Not a huge fan of separating from the defense.
No, pretty bad stuff.
Yeah. Pretty
Yeah. So I don't even remember what I said, but yeah, that's my impromptu NFL power rankings.
doesn't matter.
You guys get it. You get a feel for what I'm
You were
saying.
listening. You were listening.
Yeah, I
I
think.
but I think that exercise, what it does show me is that I could not feel more confident with my Eagles to the Super Bowl call.
Yeah, I think they have a very good path. They're going to have to beat some great coaches. They're going to have to beat Tom Brady
Tom
probably, which
Brady,
is never a great task. But other than that, not a lot of challengers on that side. You have to beat Aaron Rodgers.
maybe. You just get the 1 seed, let them figure that out. Let them
Yeah, I mean,
fight.
Packers, Rams, Niners, and Tampa. You're going to play 2 of those teams at least. Not the easiest, but I'd rather be on that side than have to face Lamar, Mahomes, and Josh Allen for my path.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say it's the easier side. Although it's tough to I mean, Rodgers and Brady, I think it's pretty even. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's top heavy. I'd really, really love to get that 1 seed, get a bye, let them figure it out. 2 and 3 seed play each other, and then just have a nice little cushy home game for Aaron Rodgers to come into town and blow like he always does.
Oh, I know. Playoff Aaron Rodgers. Guy falls off a fucking cliff. He stinks.
Yeah,
He reeks.
yeah. Him and you'll defend Lamar, but you won't do unbelievable stuff.
Playoff Aaron
Unbelievable
Rodgers or
stuff.
primetime Kirk Cousins. I don't know. It's a toss up for
Yeah,
me.
it's a toss up. Flip a coin.
Aaron Rodgers is
Yeah,
fine. He's a douche, but that's the sell. He's great at playing quarterback. Dude, he just
yeah.
says it how it is. Tells it how it is. What can you do
Dude,
about it?
he's one of us. He does ayahuasca and stuff. He's
Yeah, just like me. I do tons
just
of
just like
ayahuasca.
your everyday man.
Yeah. Yeah, one of us.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I think that's it on football. I don't know.
Yeah. A lot of season to go.
The
All this is going to be irrelevant, and we're all
yeah. Other
two of
than
these
the Eagles winning the Super Bowl, most of what I said today probably won't matter in like a month and a half. So, it's all good.
EAGLES
Yeah.
Eagles.
Bang bang, bird gang.
Number
To the
one
ship.
Philadelphia Eagles podcast. Thoughts and friends. Gonna be eating cheesesteaks on fucking hoagies tomorrow.
Yeah.
Baseball, huh? Playoffs?
Yeah, they're doing it. Playoffs are starting
my little
soon.
ears are perking up. I'm coming out of my little hibernation. I'm rubbing my eyes, looking around, seeing what the fuck's happening.
I was kind of watching earlier in the summer. Boy, the last month and a half haven't taken in a lot of baseball. I'll be honest with you.
I will try. As a Cardinals fan, I would try to catch Albert Pujols' at bats when I could. When he was chasing 700, that was fun. Certainly, I wasn't watching the games in their entirety. Not even close.
No, absolutely not.
It was fun to watch him hit 700 home runs. I won't lie. I thought there was no chance that he was going to do it this year. This stretch that he's on the second half of the year is unbelievable. He's not only hitting good for a backup 42 whatever year old first baseman, he's hitting good for any all-star level player in the major leagues.
He's been our best hitter for 2.5 months.
It is an unprecedented resurgence.
He's juicing, right? I mean,
yeah, he's hitting another cycle for the last year for the boys.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm dead serious. I think he is.
Yeah, no, probably. I've obviously the exact same thought.
I think he for sure is, like, no question. I think Aaron Judge is too. And I think baseball is back to its fucking roots, baby.
Yeah, let's tear it all down again.
Listen, guys, we're not tearing down shit because no one's got to know about it. We need this so bad. We need Aaron Judge to hit 65 fucking jacks, and we need Albert Pujols to go from a fucking wretched corpse to the best hitter in the National League for 2.5 months to hit 700 home runs. We need this coverage. We need this positive press. Juice, boys. Juice like you've never juiced before, and we won't say shit about it. We need this.
Let's lower that fucking mound again. Let's get the guys throwing about 93. Let's move it back like 5 feet. Fuck it. Let's fuck these pitchers over. Pitching's overrated. No one wants to watch fucking pitching.
No.
That being said, no. Sorry. Let me stand my point here. Like, not only does nobody have to know, let's all know. Who fucking cares? Get the fuck over it. It doesn't matter.
There'll be people that will care, and it will be
fuck
a huge.
Them. I don't give a fuck that you care. You go over and bitch and write your article, pussy. Nobody gives a shit. It's fine. They don't want to have to deal with it. It's competitive. We're trying to be the best. The best guys doing steroids. You don't want to play. You cannot make millions of dollars playing in the MLB. Sorry. Go sell fucking insurance.
Dude, it's harmful to your body. We can't have these boys.
Playing professional sports is harmful to your body, guy. And if we have it regulated, it's going to be less harmful than if Canseco's fucking putting a needle in Mark McGwire's ass in a fucking bathroom stall. We can get a little bit more professional operation here, get some good shit, some stuff that's not going to make our heart 3 times the size.
I heard the Operation Canseco was running was all It was all above board. It was good.
Yeah. Clean
It was
needles.
top
It's a
notch.
wonder no one got AIDS. That was like a
Yeah,
90s
for real.
or on an NFL player, honestly, also. I'm sure a lot of those guys are on
Yeah.
steroids. UFC guys, I'm sure a lot of those guys are on steroids.
Yeah. If they were really, I think now you can just like take pills and shit. Right? I don't even know how you take it now.
No, I obviously have never done steroids. You can't tell by
No,
my
I do not.
physique.
I do not have the physique of one on steroids. Yeah, but if they were just in just like back alley dealings, hitting the fucking laundry room and shoving needles in their asses, yeah, it's really surprising that no one had, some
Yeah. I don't know. But
transferable illness.
yeah, I don't care. And the other thing, guys, even if we get this back, baseball, it's never coming back, guys.
Oh,
People,
it
it's like,
sucks.
dude, it'll be so much better than it is the nights. Guys, it's the same fucking game now. They're doing all the same thing. Our
It
brains are
sucks.
fucked. Our attention span's gone. We're never gonna
It
like it again.
sucks.
If you
The
don't
world
already like baseball right now, you're not gonna fall back in love with it. I fucking promise you.
ever.
It's
And
so slow. It's
there's
so
so much
goddamn
cool
boring.
shit.
There's so much content like right in front of your goddamn face that you can watch all the fucking time. We're never going back to baseball. I
Nope.
like watching playoff baseball. It's romantic. I get it. It's nostalgic. It's fun to watch for a little while, but it's a fucking grind. Like it's a absolute grind, not only for the players but for the fans. There's some people that are still watching all 162. Tip of the cap to you, but it's not coming back,
Sickos.
guys. It's not that they're not doing steroids. It's not that the players are worse. If you took the McGuire Sosa thing and you plopped it into right now and no one had broken that 60, nobody would give a fuck. It wouldn't matter. This would be
No.
happening. McGuire and Sosa would be doing this, and it would be what it is now. There'd be a live cut in on the football game. 75% of the people would be like, get this off the TV. I don't give a shit about this. Who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for as baseball is never going to be the number one sport or the number two sport ever again. The NBA and the NFL and the MLB, they're just moving in opposite directions, and I don't see anything that's going to bring them back together.
Yeah, we've evolved as evolve kind of implies that it's a positive thing, but we're just to a point with content and things available to us that it's just not gonna work. Baseball sucks. I mean, we have so much more cool shit. Baseball sucks. Just the
I don't even
average,
know
just
if
like
yeah,
just the
it does
average. Like
suck.
I enjoy it, but just like think of as a sales pitch, you have to pitch baseball against everything going on around you. Not
Yeah.
only other sports, but other shows, other content like that. Just like social media in general. Imagine have to pitch that to like a 9-year-old kid. Like, hey, come check this out. They play the actual sport like intermittently. Like there's a lot of fucking around and a lot of stuff that's not the sport. And it's just a hard pitch. It's just like they're not gaining any new fans ever.
No, I mean, people who like baseball have kids, and that's basically their entire demo of new fans. Basically, it's I don't even know that baseball's bad. Like I like baseball. I wish my brain wasn't so fried that I couldn't watch baseball, for being honest. And it is boring. And I don't know that any of these changes that we're wanting to implement are going to change that. And if we fuck with it
No.
too much, then it's like not even baseball. And it's like, what's even the point at that point?
Yeah.
But I will say, I think we get rid of the shift. We do a pitch clock. That would go a long way, I think.
There could be improvements. Yeah.
I mean,
There could be improvements.
it is, I understand the tactical advantage. If it's in the rule book, you should absolutely do it every single play.
For sure. But it sucks. I mean,
But it fucking sucks. Guys are hitting 110 mile an hour outs. That's kind of like, when you kind of think about it, it's like, what is the point of baseball? The point of baseball is to hit it very hard somewhere into the grass. And when I do that and it's an out, a lot of the time,
Yeah. But
seems
from the
like
other
we're
side, you're
not
just like, what are
even
you
playing the game.
we're just supposed to let you do it? I mean, they're doing it's
Yeah.
Obviously you should shift because it is a significant advantage for you to do so. but it stinks and I hate it.
But here's the thing, Wes. In the
Okay.
defense of baseball, I was sitting here on whatever night that was, Saturday, Sunday. I don't remember what night it was. Looking at my phone, Mariners need one game to clinch the playoffs for the first time since 2001. I flip it on in the 10th inning or bottom of the 9th inning. Fucking full
What a
house in
moment.
Seattle. Everyone on their feet. Cal Raleigh, 200 hitter on the season. Turns on
Bang.
one. Bang. Off the foul pole. The crowd goes fucking nuts.
There are
There's
good moments.
no better
Good moments.
winner in sports. I think it beats a buzzer beater. I think it beats a fucking hockey goal. I think walk-off home run is the king of that.
Interesting. Okay.
Because, like, one, just visually watching it on TV, it's just you running around the bases by yourself. The team's waiting for you at fucking home plate. You get to jump into them. The crowd goes nuts. It is so, I mean, depending on the shot, it's much harder to hit a home run than it is to make a random jump shot for the most part.
Yeah.
It's
I think
tough
it
to
is
beat.
between that and the buzzer beater. There's like I don't know, in football there's like field goals and shit. There's really for the entertainment quality that football provides for the entirety of the game, it does lack like a final
A lot of the
event.
game always ends in like a team taking a knee.
Yeah, it does. It does lack a final event like that. But yeah, it's got to be between buzzer beater and some of the like an overtime hockey goal is pretty good where the
Yeah,
place goes
pretty good.
nuts. Those are pretty good. Yeah, the walk
Similar
off is
deal with
sick.
soccer, like 90th minute goal in soccer, but
Sure.
that's up there too because it's so difficult to score a goal in soccer and there's so few.
Yeah.
But
walk-off
the other thing
too.
with a home run is you could be down 2 runs, hit a 3-run homer, and the game just goes from absolute despair to absolute joy in 1 second.
The pop you get from the crack of that bat.
Oh, it's unbelievable. I mean, that was
it's really good.
like I haven't been watching baseball at all that game. I was watching it live. I turned it on, just absolute goosebumps, smile from ear to ear, just sitting here by myself like a fucking crazy person. It was great. It was awesome.
You are a closeted Mariners fan too, so that was probably really great for you.
If you had to like put a gun to my head, what American League team would I root for? It would probably be the Mariners. I don't know. Ichiro was like my favorite non-Cardinals player when I was growing up, so I always just had like a weird affinity for the Mariners.
I like the Mariners, and they've also had just 2 decades of
an improbable
horrible
string of horrible luck and some also very bad baseball mixed in there.
Yeah.
If you've never seen a Seattle Mariners documentary on whatever that is, John Boy, whatever it's called, Secret Base, would highly recommend watching it. It's like a 7-part documentary. It'll blow your fucking mind, the bad luck and the insane stories that have made the Mariners who they are today.
Yeah.
Quick World Series pick? Any ideas? If you point a gun to my head today, I would say seems like the Braves are poised
I have an
to
answer. Yeah.
go on this tear and blow their wad. Thoughts?
I was going to pick the Braves to go back to back.
I'm going to go Dodgers to make it out of the NL, AL. Who are the division winners? The Guardians, the Astros, the Yankees. They win that division, I assume.
Yep. And then Seattle is in, and who else is in?
Seattle.
It's set. The matchups are set.
Central, no, only one team out of the Central. Mariners. How many teams make it?
Mariners.
7?
Yeah, a lot.
Mariners, Astros, Yankees, Guardians.
Probably some from the
Tampa. Tampa make it.
East.
I think
yeah,
Toronto. Maybe Toronto and Tampa both made it. I don't know.
Everybody gets in.
Matchup we've never seen before. Probably Astros Dodgers.
I haven't been watching baseball. I don't really know.
Me neither. I know the Braves are on a stupid hot streak, so I'm gonna guess
go with the Braves. I'm gonna go with the Braves against your Seattle Mariners in the World Series.
Mariners to the fucking World Series. That would be awesome.
But they lose.
So sick. Yeah. I think Dodgers are gonna win again. They
did
got
win
the best team.
110
They
games.
they have like a. I was looking at some stat today, like a historically good run differential, like one of
Yeah,
the
they've been very,
of
very good.
of teams that weren't like have a third baseman that was like John Tin Can Fleming. Like if you cut out all those teams, they're like the best run differential of all time.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll
Just crazy.
win like 112 games or something. Pretty good.
Yeah.
But baseball's so stupid. You play 162 and you win 110 of them, and you get 5 games or 7 games, and you could fuck it up.
at
And
least, yeah.
they're gonna fuck it up. They're gonna fuck
Mm-hmm.
it up.
Mm-hmm.
The
Probably.
Braves are gonna beat them. Braves are
Okay.
gonna beat them, and
That's
the
analysis, folks.
no, it's just hard hitting. The Braves own them. Braves own the Dodgers. I've been saying it.
Everyone has.
Yeah. We could wrap it up. I don't have much more to talk about. Obviously, the Braves
Antonio
are gonna win the World
Brown
Series.
was sexually
Oh
assaulting people,
God.
and it was on
Oh
video.
God. I can't
Are
anymore.
we still doing Antonio Brown? Like, why are
Prison. What are we doing?
why are we even talking about him anymore? Like, who gives a
I don't
fuck
know,
about
man.
Antonio
It is
Brown?
so
Nobody
sad.
gives a shit about him.
Is he going to be in the Hall of Fame?
I mean, if he'd never done anything off the field, it would be a slam dunk, even with all the time he's missed.
First ballot.
Probably. I don't know. I don't know what the NFL's. I feel like the NFL's not super strict on morality. Like, I don't know. I think you probably will.
I mean, he's if there's no wild off the field shit, he's a slam dunk first ballot Hall of Famer. He was the best receiver in the NFL for like 5 or 6 years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. One of the best I've ever seen when he's right. He's not right
100%.
anymore. It's kind of sad. I also don't feel bad for him. Like if you need to get help, you have all the power to get that help. Just because you're fucked up and probably mentally ill doesn't give you the excuse to act like a fucking asshole to everybody.
I am very worried that we will, at some point, something very terrible will happen, and we will find out that he had crippling CTE, and that'll be a huge thing.
Yeah, I think that is probably a pretty likely situation. Good symmetry to this episode. Started with CTE, ended with some CTE.
Yeah,
it does seem like there was a point in time in his career where he just kind of flipped and became a crazy person. Kind of out of nowhere. He was also a little weird, but he just like went completely off the deep end.
Yeah, I saw clips and stuff after this incident over the weekend where he was like talking in the locker room and like doing interviews and stuff, and just seemed like a normal guy, just talking, just being normal, just answering questions. I don't know. Yeah, he went off the deep. I don't understand. I don't know. Yeah, probably severe brain damage, if I had to guess.
Yeah, it was fun like 5 years ago. It's just sad now. How long ago was that when he was like showed up with the frozen feet in the air balloon? Remember that?
Oh yeah, remember when he signed with the Raiders and never played? He like that was like 5 or 6 years ago.
He did that video. He was like free at last, and then he never played a game.
Yeah, that was
Then he won
Tom
Super
Brady
Bowl.
tried to make it work. Tom Brady tried to make it work.
He like talked shit about Giselle also, or he said some shit about her.
Yeah.
Clown. Probably severe brain damage though, like we said.
Yeah. We're gonna talk Bachelor in Paradise. We're gonna have a little segment with Bobby on the next show. We're gonna do spread picks on the next show. We'll do our 3. I don't remember. I think I'm doing pretty well. I don't know how you're doing. I think I'm above 500, which is positives.
Yeah.
Love
should probably be keeping track of this, huh? Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We should have Bobby do these, honestly, because she would probably beat us.
She probably would. I don't even think she understands like what.
Just
she just pick teams. I guess you didn't have to know the numbers. Yeah, we should. Let's do that. So we'll be joined by her for a period of time to talk Bachelor in Paradise. And anything else?
No. None.
All right.
Nothing. I couldn't say another word.
It was good to come out